Is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas. Today's video is going to put into perspective when states should reopen from the coronavirus. I'm going to discuss in this video when businesses should open up and many other topics such as this. Stay tuned right after this. I'm going to give you a quick timeline on the coronavirus, which will lead up to our current position. Between January 6th and 8th, the CDC, U.S. Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, issued travel warnings for Americans intending to go to China. On January 16th, they began to screen passengers from Wuhan, China. On January 21st, the first case was confirmed in the United States, and on January 29th, the U.S. Coronavirus Task Force, spearheaded by Vice President Mike Pence, was created. On February 24th, the stock market crashed as the Dow Jones dips 1,000 points. On March 4th, the House passes an $8.3 billion emergency bill, and President Trump signs it into action on March 6th. This bill was designed to help and aid for the coronavirus impact. On March 11th, Trump bans travel from Europe. On March 13th, a national emergency was declared. This grants more than $50 billion in funding for the 50 states. This opened the door for many health professionals. On March 27th, President Trump signs the $2.2 trillion emergency spending bill titled the CARES Act. This is the largest bill passed by the House and the Senate in the United States history. The bill provides $1,200 and $500 per child based on income. If you're interested on how you should spend your $1,200 check, check out this video right here. Small businesses which are in much need will receive a loan through this bill. On April 2nd, 6.6 million workers filed for unemployment. This is a staggering number and set the U.S. single week record. Fast forward a little bit to today, April 16th. State governors are discussing when to reopen their states. Many have to extend their stay-at-home orders, while others are just waiting for the all clear so they can reopen their state again. This is all based on certain requirements and obviously following some guidelines, so I'm going to put that in perspective. But the truth is, there are some states out there that are doing better than others. That's just the truth. I'll tell you how important it is for states to open up to help out the economy. Same goes for small businesses. Those too will boost the economy. Everyone is obviously going to have their own opinion when it comes to when states should open. I personally think we should take our time and open each state based on data and bending the curve. We live in Kansas, and I can tell you that our experience is going to be much different than the people that live in New York or the people that live in California. Our experience with the coronavirus is just going to be completely different. So when we open our state, should be different than when those people open their state. I believe that Kansas extended their stay-at-home order until May 3rd, and our neighbor state, Missouri, extended their stay-at-home order until May 15th. In my opinion, I feel that if states are able to open up, they should open up, but I feel that we should continue to take precautions. We should continue to wear masks. We should continue to wear gloves. We should continue to provide hand sanitizer. Social distancing should still be a thing. I do feel that all that I just listed is going to continue well past this coronavirus. I think people are going to start taking this more seriously. But the reason I say states need to open is because our economy is just being hit hard. And those small businesses are being devastated. There are states out there that can open up because they're not being affected as much as other states. Like the example I gave earlier, Kansas's numbers compared to a New York are completely different. The reason why states should open up. We have 22 million people currently on unemployment. That is an astronomical number of people across the United States that are being impacted by the coronavirus because they can't go to work. They no longer have jobs, or they're laid off, or whatever the reason is. We have 22 million people drawing unemployment. Unheard of. It's absolutely crazy to me to know that there are airplanes parked on runways at airports across the United States. That just blows my mind. And that just shows how big of an impact this has had on our economy. When you have airplanes that are parked, that are, just think about it, every day we have planes taking off, landing, and they're grounded now. I mean, that's just a massive blow to the economy. All those people that rely on working, flying, working at the airports, I mean, that's just a complete zero right now. Those are the types of things that I want to start seeing again. I want to start seeing the boost back into the economy that way. I want to see people get back to their jobs. I want to see people starting to spend money again. At some point, I understand we're going to start going back on vacations, and there's going to be a lot of it because people are going to want to get away. They've been at home for well over, majority are going to be over 60 days. This is a stock channel, an investment channel, a business channel, however you want to look at it. One thing I'm always going to talk about in these videos is some form of a stock. And the stock that I'm going to talk about first is going to be McDonald's. McDonald's has over 38,000 restaurants, and they're in 100 countries. Just think about that. And in big picture, not all of those have been able to stay open and function. Not all of them have drive-thrus. So they've been impacted pretty tremendously. That's why I consider this a buy now stock during this time. McDonald's stock price has been down 18.2%, and that's massive. Obviously, that's how much the coronavirus has impacted this company. One thing though is I don't think their Q1 earnings is going to be as affected as much as we think it will be, because a lot of that's based on Q4. Where I think we're going to start to see the major impact is when we start to see the Q2, Q3 earnings reports. That's where I think McDonald's will get affected. Currently, their stock price is ranged around $170. Typically, they sit around $200 to $210. This is definitely a buy now opportunity, and with a price like that, it's extremely tasty. See what I did there? Next stock is going to be a group of stocks, and that is going to be the airliners. Guys, I'm telling you, these are buy now opportunities. Yes, they can continue to go down just a little bit more, but we are so far in the basement when it comes to stock prices for these airlines. It's a buy now opportunity. Same goes for Boeing. This is a no better time to buy Boeing than right now. They're being hit with all kinds of news. They did report some positive news today that they're going to start continuing their production back up. That is some positive news that caused the stock to spike. But I still believe that Boeing is a buy now opportunity. Same with the airliners, guys. People are going to start traveling again. They're going to start going on vacations. Businesses are going to start putting people on planes so they can travel to conduct business. That's going to boost the economy. What's going to cause these stock prices to go up is when people start to travel again. They're going to start putting money back into the airlines, and that's when we're going to see those stock prices rise, and we're going to win. So buy now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I gave you some perspective and a little bit of glimmer of hope. As always, if you like the video, smash that like button. If you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep the content flowing, guys. As always, have a good day.